A ver. Veamos.
Attention to all Raven Rock personnel.
You're doing quite well.
This
here.
is your president speaking.
Following this hall.
I've invited our guest from Vault 101 to my office. Please do not impede his progress.
Affirmative.
Thank you
Engaging.
for your cooperation.
Actores, la verdad, no me caen muy bien. Como el gobierno o lo que queda del gobierno y la hermandad de hierro es como la oposición, por decirlo así. Pero todos quieren poder al mismo tiempo, así que es como lo mismo al final, digo yo. Me di la vuelta. ¿Cómo llego, hermano? Sector B.
Area may be
Pensé que era
compromised.
acá, pero... Sí.
Hey,
Esta marca ayuda bastante, o sea, puede que me pierda igual, porque no digo que no. Me ayuda un poco. Esto no es... No sé, esta weá es muy grande. ¿Cómo que estoy bien? Antes no.
Security lockdown in effect. Hostile target acquired. Override activated. New protocol acquired. Updating.
Era algo.
Target list. Threat analysis. Engaging hostile target.
No sé si estoy bien ahora. Aparte se empezaron a atacar entre ellos. Y acá está la mafia que está
Over here, by the console.
baile
Face to face at last. It's high time we met. I'm quite pleased you were able to make it. The trip was not what I had intended, but serves as an adequate test of your abilities. But I have. I'm right here before you. How very open-minded of you. Kudos for embracing the reality of the situation, rather than railing against it. Let's get to brass tacks, shall we? There are some things I'd like to talk to you about. You and I have a chance to make our country a better place for all of us. I'd like you to make sure that chance isn't wasted. Understand, I am placing a great deal of trust in you. Your simple presence here proves that. My abilities to influence the world are limited at this time. I alone can only do so much. You, however, may come and go as you please. You have a greater degree of freedom. Perhaps it's best if I explain why things need to change, and why I'd like you to act on my behalf. The good people of this country cannot regain control while mutation runs rampant through our land. My soldiers cannot stem the tide, nor can the cult you've come into contact with, this Brotherhood of Steel. Mutations like the super mutants and ghouls must be purged from our society, our world, before we can proceed anew. Where others have failed, I believe your father's work can succeed. The purifier your father helped create has the ability to provide clean water to the whole of this capital wasteland. With a simple modification, it can be used to distribute agents that destroy mutated creatures upon ingestion. In time, we could eliminate all mutations in the wasteland at the same time the good people of the world regain their health. I need you to make the modification necessary for this to succeed. In front of you will be a vial of modified FEV virus. It can be inserted into the control console for the purifier. Doing so will inject it into the water supply, and the purifier will take care of the rest. You just need the code to activate the purifier. Simple, isn't it? I understand. It's an unusual request, one I wouldn't make if it weren't of the utmost importance. Please understand that I cannot allow you to leave until you've taken the vial. And why would I do that, when I'm clearly the best hope for the people of the wasteland? What alternative would you suggest? Without the Enclave, what will the world do? Yes, I suppose it is. Very well. You shall have your wish. Once you've left, I'll put an end to the Enclave. I cannot stop Colonel Autumn, however. That much will be up to you. I suppose, then, that this is goodbye. You'll have to see yourself out. I have preparations to make.
Taking fire! Taking fire!
I have positive ID on target.
Unit down! Medic! I'm hit!
Tango.
Hostile attention. Reinforcing garage for all units.
Taking fire!
Ah!
I'm
My
hit! Medic!
eye! Medic!
sea, bueno, era una computadora, realmente tenía un virus. Igual solo tenía 60% de posibilidades de convencerlo, pero aún así lo convencí. Yo creo que el problema aquí es que no puedo, o sea, tengo que seguir caminando hacia allá. Y eso nos va a tomar tiempo, la verdad. No sé por qué hacen esto. O sea, en esta parte, bueno, es un juego antiguo, pero digamos que para qué obligarte a caminar hasta allá. Sé que en New Vegas voy a tener que caminar muchísimo, porque está claro, va a ser así. Pero en esta parte específica que ya estoy casi en el final, digamos, creo. Un poco absurdo,
Commencing attack!
de hecho, podría ni siquiera meterme si quisiera. El enclave es una mierda. No pienso de que la hermandad de hierro sea mejor. Para mí ninguna de esas alianzas, que cada uno busca su propósito. Me mataron. O sea, mientras que no me ataquen, todo bien. Ahora, yo bajo mi punto de vista, yo creo que como dije, ninguna computadora debería controlar a ningún tipo humano. Para mí, me encanta la tecnología, pero no estoy de acuerdo con esto. Realmente no estoy de acuerdo con esto. Y para allá vamos, yo creo. Es la realidad. Y ya está, y hay autos, o sea, obviamente todavía no se hace como, no hay nada digamos a la venta, pero ya hay autos que se manejan solos.
Found you! Hot potato! Over here! There you are! You're dead! You're...
Hail.
All I'm saying is, the longer we sit here, the more time they have to shore up their defenses. We should hit them sooner rather than later.
We barely have the manpower to keep the Citadel fortified. We've been over this before, Sarah.
So we just wait until they decide we're next on the list? If the Pride goes in now, we might have a chance.
And if you fail, then what? The risk is not worth the reward.
I agree. Without the Gek, the Purifier is useless to the Enclave anyway. They may give up before long.
I don't like it.
You don't have to like it, Sarah. You just have to follow orders.
Yes, Father.
So, you're back. We had feared both you and the Gek were lost. Were you successful?
Excellent. With that, we hold the key to keeping the Enclave from controlling the Purifier. What do you mean? Explain yourself. Then we must go at once. If you have any other information, tell me now before we mobilize. Any help you can give might save lives. I see. And where is this virus now? Thank you. I'll see to it that it's disposed of properly once the scribes have had time to analyze it. Perhaps we have underestimated the Enclave. Sarah may be right. An attack may be necessary now.
If the Enclave has the Gek, there's nothing stopping them from starting the Purifier. They'll figure out the code eventually.
I'm afraid you're right. We need to act now while we can.
Send the Pride in. We can do it. We can win this.
All right, Sarah. The Pride goes in. But I want them to have some extra firepower. Rothschild, is it ready?
What? No, I mean, Lee and I have solved the power problems, but we've only barely finished diagnostic tests.
So?
It's not ready for field tests, let alone live fire situations. The weapons haven't been calibrated, the navigation detection system is offline.
Rothschild, enough. Can you make it work?
Honestly, I don't know. I think we can scrape by, and I suppose if we can't, it won't matter in the long run anyway.
Then it's decided. Sarah, you take the Pride and use the robot as support. Take our friend here and secure that purifier.
Yes, sir. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that my father and I have been talking. The Pride and I have decided that after all you've survived, you've done enough to be an honorary member of Lion's Pride. So congratulations. Membership comes with some privileges, including our power armor. You want the full suit or the recon armor? Sure thing. Hopefully, it'll give you a bit of an extra edge. Okay. So do you think you can hold it together for this? Now that's what I like to hear, soldier. You all packed? We're not coming back here anytime soon. Hurry it up! Every minute you Are you ready now? We can't afford to keep standing around like this. Okay, don't be nervous. You'll have the whole Pride backing you up, not to mention this giant tin can. Just stay safe until we reach the purifier. You're no good to us if you're dead. And don't let that thing step on you. Okay, we're going to go over it one more time. The Pride is on me. The goal is Project Purity, but we can't get into the facility with those energy fields up. Rothschild and Lee say this robot should be able to take down the energy fields. So we're on fire support. We stay close to the thing, keep it clear, and get it to where it needs to go. Once the fields are down, we head straight for the facility. We'll use the robot to keep them occupied while we get inside and secure the control room. We need to move quickly before we lose the chance to surprise them. Get whatever supplies you don't already have, and we'll meet in the Bailey. When we're done with this, everyone can have a nice cold glass of water on me. Let's move. All right, Rothschild, fire it up. Pride, move out!
Liberty 5 is online. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Mission: the destruction of any and all Chinese communists.
Hail. Look, if we make it to the purifier, we can chat then. Now's not exactly a good time.
Bueno, estamos a minutos de acabar el juego. Ahí vamos a pasar a Faro New Vegas, pero como dije va a ser una nueva serie, porque lo voy a dividir entre Faro 3 y después Faro 4, o sea, Faro New Vegas. Faro 4 yo creo que lo terminé, déjenme ver mis videos, porque si no lo voy a jugar de nuevo yo creo, pero no estoy seguro, voy a pensar. Y ya lo puedo hacer, lo juego como 3 veces, me he dado vuelta como 4 veces, pero creo que la última vez tipo está... Supone que tengo que seguirlo.
Time to put this oversized wind-up toy to work.
Obstruction detected. Composition: titanium alloy supplemented by photonic resonance barrier. Probability of mission entrance: 0%. Alaska's liberation is imminent.
Move out! Let's go!
Anchorage will be liberated. Democracy will never be defeated.
To arms, brothers! To arms! Hold it! I want fire on that target! Now!
Engaging Chinese invader.
Hold positions. Let the robot do its job.
Obstruction detected. Composition: titanium alloy supplemented by photonic resonance barrier. Chinese blockade attempt. Significant obstruction detected. Composition: titanium alloy supplemented by enhanced photonic resonance barrier. Established stratagem inadequate. Revised stratagem. Initiate photonic resonance overcharge. Embrace democracy, or you will be eradicated.
Okay, it's just you and me now. Take it slow. Engage! Ballroom. Watch it! Spin!
I have positive ideas.
Concentrate your fire!
Turning fire.
What?
You again. I can't say I'm surprised. You and your ilk seem hell-bent on destroying everything our government has worked to achieve. There's nothing to stop me from killing you this time. Let's end this. You don't have to. Just stand there. It'll be over quicker and might even be less painful for you.
Watch your space! Watch it!
Not it.
Well, that takes care of that. By now, the Pride should be mopping up whatever opposition is left outside. Let's get this room secured.
Hello? Hello, is anyone there? It's Dr. Lee. Something's wrong with the purifier. Please, someone answer.
Dr. Lee, it's Sarah Lyons. I'm in the control room. We're both here. What's going on?
I've been monitoring the equipment remotely, and we have a serious problem. The facility has been damaged during the fighting. Some of it looks accidental, some of it may have been sabotage. There's pressure building up in the holding tanks. It needs to be released now, or else the whole facility could explode. To release the pressure, you're going to have to turn the purifier on. Do you understand me? It has to be turned on now! If I'm reading this right, I'm afraid there are lethal levels of radiation inside the chamber. I'm sorry. I wish there was some other way, but there's just no time. It has to be done now, or the damage will be catastrophic.
Well, so much for celebrating. One of us is going to have to go in there and turn the damn thing on. And whoever does it isn't coming back out. Not exactly how I imagined going out, you know? So, what should we do? Draw straws? I wish that were true. Really, I do. But you heard Dr. Lee. We have to do this right now, or who knows how bad it'll be. One of us has to go in there. I'm not arguing, believe me. But one of us has to go in there now. We don't have time to stand around and talk about it. Who's it going to be? So that's how it is? So much for chivalry. Fine, I'll do it. But I need the code. Okay, I got it. I guess if this doesn't work, we're screwed anyway, right? Good luck? That's it? Fine, thanks. Now, let's get this over with. Okay, let's get this over with. Cycle the airlock, will you?
Me dice, alguien tiene que entrar. Yo le digo, yo no quiero entrar porque si entra no vuelve a salir, ¿me entiendes? Y a poner el código, digamos. Y nada, le deseo buena suerte. Es lo único. La radiación. Yo hubiera podido aguantar, yo creo, pero al final. No sé. Como quiero pasar a nivel de gas, no quiero morir. Yo la vida por una buena causa.
And so it was that the lone wanderer ventured forth from Vault 101, intent on discovering the fate of a father who had once sacrificed the future of humanity for that of his only child. The capital wasteland proved a cruel, inhospitable place, but the lone wanderer refused to surrender to the vices that had claimed so many others. The values passed on from father to child: selflessness, compassion, honor, guided this noble soul through countless trials and triumphs. It was not until the end of this long road that the lone wanderer was faced with that greatest of virtues, sacrifice. But the child refused to follow the father's selfless example, instead allowing a true hero to venture into the irradiated control chamber of Project Purity and sacrifice her own life for the greater good of mankind. Thankfully, when selected by the sinister president to be his instrument of annihilation, the Wanderer refused. Humanity, with all its flaws, was deemed worthy of preservation. The waters of life flowed at last, free and pure for any and all. The capital wasteland, at long last, was saved. So ends the story of the lone wanderer, who stepped through the great door of Vault 101 and into the annals of legend. But the tale of humanity will never come to a close, for the struggle of survival is a war without end. And war never changes.
After all this, to be left in a state like that? Easy now, take it slow. Don't move too quickly. It's all right, you're in the Citadel now. Relax. I was starting to think you might never wake up, despite assurances to the contrary. It's good to see you on your feet again. It's all right. I understand. I have no doubt she refused to allow you to put yourself in harm's way. We all owe her a great debt, and I could not be prouder. It's all right, you're safe now. You're in the Citadel. There was an explosion as the purifier started. You were knocked unconscious and brought here to the infirmary. We've been watching over you for days. I'm glad to see that our efforts weren't in vain. Indeed it did. The tidal basin is full of fresh, clean water now. We've been working to see that it's distributed to as many people as possible across the wasteland. In fact, I'm hopeful that soon we won't be referring to the wasteland any longer. None of this would have been possible without the efforts of both you and your father. I doubt we shall ever be able to truly repay you. Yes, we most certainly did. Between your help in destroying their headquarters and their subsequent defeat at the Purifier, the Enclave was thrown into disarray. Liberty Prime has been assisting our forces in removing any remaining Enclave forces. Just about 2 weeks. Don't worry, we've been taking good care of you. Well, that's really up to you, isn't it? The Brotherhood has a clear plan of action. The remnants of the Enclave must be swept away. The Pride has been working to this end ever since we took the Purifier back. The only remaining question is whether we can count on you to help us. That's a shame. We could use your assistance. And since you have done so much to aid our cause and proven yourself more than capable, you have been named a Knight of the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you change your mind, Scribe Rothschild can brief you on what's been going on these last few weeks.
Déjenme guardar, porque ya, o sea, la idea es en el siguiente episodio pasar.
If you haven't yet done so, please... Please.
Claro, o sea, yo siento que está bien. Dentro de todo está bien. Yo sabía que la historia iba a ser corta, la verdad, no me importaba. Sabía que la historia iba a ser corta, así es que yo se los dije. Si la historia, tanto de New Vegas, como de Fallout 4, como de... ¿cómo se llama? Y Fallout 3, todos son historias de 13 horas. Algo así. Son historias cortas, la verdad. Ahora, ¿por qué tendría que hablar con ella? No lo sé, la verdad. Déjenme guardarlo. Ya lo mismo. No entiendo el motivo, pero como dije, este va a ser ya el último episodio de Fallout 3 y luego de eso, nada, vamos a Fallout 4. O sea, Fallout Vegas.
Well, it's good to see that you're on your feet again. I assume Lyons is immediately throwing you to the wolves? Has he told you what's been going on while you've been resting? Yes, I believe I can. Step over here for a moment, will you? I'll give you a brief history of what's happened over the last few weeks and what's going on now. As you well know, this all began with the Enclave's occupation of Project Purity here. Thanks to you, their main headquarters here was utterly destroyed. They then suffered a second defeat at the Purifier. Based on a combination of intelligence and field reports, other Enclave locations throughout the wasteland were found. Cut off from their leadership, it was expected that their forces would be in complete disarray. This has not been the case. Based on data and tech gathered from these locations, we've determined that the Enclave forces are still maintaining remote communications. We isolated the transmissions and found their origin point, an old military installation in Rockland, to the southwest. Our advanced scouts have checked over the area, but no easy access to the facility was found. So we're making our own access point. Paladin Tristan is leading the team setting up forward base in an old car tunnel near the site. Once he's settled, Liberty Prime will be deployed. Prime's directive is to neutralize their defenses and create an entry point for the team. The team will move in, eliminate any opposition inside, and cut off their transmitter. Any relevant data should be brought back here. Now, did you have any other questions? If there's anything else you'd like to know, I'll tell you what I can. Otherwise, Paladin Tristan will be waiting. I'll alert him that you're on your way. It was determined that the Brotherhood should directly oversee the purifier, so as to prevent any mishaps. Scribe Bigsley was placed in charge of the operation and is directly overseeing our efforts.
O sea, probablemente, bueno, esto, o sea, la historia ya se acabó. Lo que queda ahora es como el rezagado equipo de los... ¿Cómo se llaman estas huevones? Se llaman... se me olvidó el nombre, pero... bueno, no me acuerdo el nombre en este momento, se me fue. Pero bueno, ellos es lo único que queda, bueno. Déjenme ver... O sea, en este episodio no vamos a alcanzar realmente, pero en el próximo ya deberíamos empezar Fallout New Vegas. O sea, y yo creo que me demoro domingo, lunes, martes, miércoles, ¿no? Son 4 días. Viernes, sábado, domingo. Sí, probablemente me demoro 4 días más en el otro, o sea, algo así. Ojalá que no me dejen, que no me pongan a caminar. No entiendo por qué hacen esa verga, en serio. Ya bueno, los veo en el siguiente episodio.